In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable Abraham Lincoln wheat penny you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these Lincoln wheat pennies so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. First up, we're diving deep into one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in American CD. Numismatics, the 1939 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, without mint mark, in fine condition. We'll explore its history, key features, and, of course, what it's worth in today's market. The Abraham Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. It's one of the most popular and widely collected coins in U.S. history. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize prosperity and are iconic to this series. Minted from 1909 until 1958. Now, the year 1939 was a fascinating time in American history. The country was slowly recovering from the Great Depression, and World War II was looming on the horizon. Despite these challenges, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, including the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. This particular penny was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it has no mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint was the primary producer of Lincoln pennies at the time. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that classic, rich copper color we all recognize. But what makes the 1939 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? Well, it's not extremely rare after all. Millions were made, but it's all about the condition and collector demand. Coins in fine condition are prized because they retain many original details with only moderate wear. In coin grading, fine condition means the coin shows moderate wear on the high points of the design, but the major details are still clear. For the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, this means you can still see the wheat ears. Lincoln's profile and most inscriptions clearly talk. So, how much is this coin worth in today's market for a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny? Without a mint mark, in fine condition. Prices generally range from around $1.50 to $2.50. This might sound modest, but remember, Lincoln wheat pennies are incredibly common and many circulate heavily. The true value comes from coins in higher grades, or those with rare errors. Coins in better grades, like very fine VF, extremely fine EF, or uncirculated, can fetch considerably higher prices. But for a fine condition 1939 penny, you're looking at a small but steady collector market. Also, if your coin has unique errors or doubling, that can boost its value significantly. So, if you find a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in your change or collection, don't be discouraged. If it's just fine condition, it's a piece of American history and can still be a nice addition to your collection. Next up in today's video, we're taking a closer look at one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. Found in good condition. We'll go over its design, historical background, how to identify its grade, and most importantly, how much it's worth in today's collector market. Let's get started. The year was 1941, a major turning point in world history. World War II was underway, and America was on the brink of entering the conflict. Despite global unrest, the U.S. Mint continued coin production to support the growing economy. And over 887 million Lincoln pennies were struck that year at the Philadelphia Mint, which means they carry no mint mark. The Lincoln wheat penny, also known as the wheat cent, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and two stylized wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing strength, resilience, and agriculture. The 1941 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown hue. Unlike wartime coins that followed in 1943, which were made of steel, the 1941 Lincoln penny was still struck with copper dot. Now, let's talk about condition and grading. The 1941 Lincoln penny we're focusing on today is in good condition, also referred to as in the coin world. This means the coin has seen a fair amount of circulation. Lincoln's outline is visible, but many finer details, like the hair and coat, are worn smooth. The wheat stalks on the back are worn but still slightly visible. So how much is a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark worth in good condition? Even though it's not considered rare, it still holds collector value due to its age, history, and copper content. On today's coin market, a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark in good condition usually sells for around 15 to 30 cents. That may not sound like much, but it's several times its original face value, and for a coin that's over 80 years old, that's not bad. If you find one in better condition, say fine or very fine, the value increases to around 50 cents or more. And uncirculated examples in mint state MS60 and up can sell for $370 to $500, depending on eye appeal and color. Even though it's not rare, collectors love these older Lincoln pennies, especially those from the early 1940s. They're easy to find, affordable, and full of history. If you're just starting out, the 1941 wheat penny is a great coin to begin building your collection now. Be careful when buying from online sellers. Some altered or cleaned coins may appear shinier but have reduced value. Always look for trusted dealers or marketplaces that show high-quality images and return policies to wrap it up. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in good condition might not make you rich, but it's an affordable piece of American history. It tells a story of wartime America, copper coinage, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Next up, the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, especially in dirty condition. We'll talk about its background, what makes it special, how to identify its condition, and most importantly, its value in today's market. Let's dive right in. The year 1935 was right in the middle of the Great Depression, a tough time economically for the United States. Despite this, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln wheat pennies to keep commerce flowing. The 1935 penny was minted primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has no mint mark, designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln wheat penny has been in production since 1909. The obverse features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the famous wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and growth. The 1935 penny, like others of its era, is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition gives it a rich reddish-brown color, but of course, that can change dramatically depending on the coin's condition. Now, let's talk about the condition. The coin we're discussing today is in what collectors call a dirty condition. That means it has accumulated dirt, grime, and possibly corrosion over decades of circulation or poor storage. Dirt can obscure the coin's details and lower its aesthetic appeal. But it doesn't always mean the coin lacks value in numismatics. Dirty condition typically aligns with lower grades, such as poor to good. You might see worn features on Lincoln's face, the wheat ears nearly smooth, and the date faint but still readable. Important tip: avoid cleaning your coins yourself. Cleaning can significantly reduce the coin's value, especially if done improperly. Dirt and grime can be cleaned professionally, but many collectors actually prefer original untouched coins, even if they look dirty, because the natural patina tells a story. So, what's the value of a 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty condition? Because it's one of the more common wheat pennies, its value in this condition is generally low, ranging from about $35,000 in today's market. But if you find the same coin in higher grades, like fine or extremely fine, the value increases substantially, sometimes reaching a few dollars or more. Rare error varieties or exceptionally well-preserved specimens can command even higher prices. If you're just starting out, The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fantastic piece to add to your collection, even if it's dirty. It represents an important era in American history and is easy to find too. Sum up the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. In dirty condition is typically worth between $40,000 on the collector's market. While it might not be a jackpot find, it's a valuable piece of American heritage and a great starting point for new collectors. Next up, we're looking at one of the most talked about coins in American numismatics, the 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark, found in fine condition. What makes this coin so special? Could it be hiding in your collection right now? And what's it worth in today's market? Stick around because we're about to break it all down. The year was 1955. America was booming post-World War II. The economy was strong. The baby boom was in full swing, and coin production was going full throttle. In that year, the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark, produced over 330 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies. That's a huge number, but not all 1955 pennies are created equal. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny features the same classic design by Victor David Brenner that collectors have loved since 1909. On the obverse, you'll see a side profile of Abraham Lincoln. The motto, "In God We Trust," the word liberty, and the date, 1955. On the reverse, there are two wheat stalks bordering the phrases 1 cent and United States of America, along with the words E pluribus unum. The 1955 wheat penny was struck using the same alloy used since the early 1900s, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin weighs about 3.11 grams, and over time, depending on how it's stored, it may develop a rich brown or reddish hue. Now, let's talk about condition. A penny in fine condition, or F12 on the Sheldon grading scale, shows moderate wear. Lincoln's hair and beard are worn, but most facial details remain visible. The wheat stalks on the reverse will still be identifiable, though smoothed out in some areas. Here's where things get really interesting. Most 1955 Lincoln pennies are normal. But there's a famous and valuable error to watch out for the 1955 doubled die obverse. This error shows extremely visible doubling in the inscriptions, especially on Liberty and In God We Trust. That version of the coin in high grade can sell for thousands of dollars. But keep in mind, not all 1955 pennies are double dies. So, let's talk real value. What's a 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark? In fine condition, worth in today's collector market generally, this coin sells for around 50 cents to 350 United States dollars, depending on color, eye appeal, and the buyer's interest. That's around $15,000 or more times its face value at online auctions and coin shows. 1955 wheat pennies in fine condition typically fall in this range. However, coins with extra eye appeal, rich toning, or even light luster even in fine condition can sometimes push toward the $500 mark, even though it's not a rare coin. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny remains a favorite among collectors, especially for beginners who are working on building a full set from 1909 to 1958. Next up, the 1953 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with D mint mark, specifically one in dirty condition with interesting color shading. If you've got one of these in your collection or you're curious about its value, stick around because we're diving deep into its history, features, and what it's worth in today's market. The year 1953 was a period of growth and change in the United States. During the post-war boom, the Denver Mint, which places a small D mint mark on coins, was producing millions of Lincoln Wheat pennies that year. These pennies carry the legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln, and are made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. On the obverse side, you'll see Lincoln's familiar profile, the date 1953, and the D Mint mark, just below the date indicating the Denver Mint. The reverse features the iconic wheat ears that symbolize prosperity, framing the phrases 1 cent and United States of America. Now, let's talk about the condition. When we say dirty condition, we're referring to coins that have accumulated surface dirt, grime, or patina over time, sometimes obscuring details. While not pristine, these coins have a unique character that many collectors find interesting. The color shading can range from dark brown to reddish or even greenish hues, depending on the environment where the coin was stored. Coins in dirty condition often fall into the good to fine grades. This means the design is worn but still visible, with some details faded or covered by surface grime. While these coins aren't the top-tier specimens, they still hold value, especially for collectors looking to complete a date and mint mark set. Important tip: never try to clean your coins aggressively. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce the value dramatically. Often, it's best to leave the coin as is or consult a professional for gentle cleaning. So, what is a 1953D Lincoln Wheat penny in dirty condition with color shading worth today? Generally, these coins sell for around $25,000, depending on the exact condition, eye appeal, and buyer interest. Coins in better condition with less dirt and clearer details can command prices up to $300 to $700 or more. Rare error coins, or those with exceptional toning or color, might be valued even higher by specialist collectors. 1953D Lincoln Wheat pennies are an excellent addition to any collection, affordable, historic, and abundant. Whether your coin is dirty or well-preserved, it tells a story of mid-century America and the enduring legacy of President Lincoln. To summarize, a 1953D Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny in dirty condition with color shading typically holds a value between 15 and 50 cents in today's market. While it may not be worth a fortune, it's a wonderful piece of American history that can add charm and depth to your coin collection. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe for more coin insights, and leave a comment telling us about your favorite Lincoln penny find. Have you ever discovered a coin with unique color shading? We'd love to hear your story.